Hey guys, Kev here, and I have a package to open for you. It is from our friend Matt over at Berg Blades. So this is a new Mini Sweeney, baby. So if you guys aren't aware, this is one of my favorite knives to come out in a long time. I absolutely loved the full-size Sweeney, and now there's a mini, and I love it. And well, Matt was kind enough to let me check out the mini a little early, buy one a little early. And I got to do the same thing here on the second drop of minis. So what we have here is the Mini Sweeney again, but it's a different variation. So this time around he has this Mars Valley version, but he has it blacked out. Last time he had an Arctic one blacked out. So this time it's Mars Valley blacked out, and the Arctic one has either belt satin or stonewash, I think. And then there was a few other versions you can check out. If I can remember, I'll try to throw them in here, or I'll look it up real quick. And then there is this version right here. Berg Blades. Oh, we get a little pouch now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I chose well. That is sexy. Ooh. No, it almost looked like a darker finish on the titanium. My thinking was maybe if I like this enough, maybe I'd swap the inlays and throw that Mars Valley in here. It would look pretty sick. Because I didn't know how I'd feel about this, but this is gorgeous. So it's some kind of fat carbon with an interesting weave or something. Oh, a little snappier. Wow. I wonder if it'll work left-handed. Oh my goodness, Matt. You just keep killing it, dude. This is disgusting. Look at that hand satin. So this one has a beautiful hand satin. I call this one the Pimp Daddy because I think it's the most premium one he did. I don't think he did any Damasteel, which is totally cool with me. I'm not a big Damasteel fan. No play in any direction. No rock. I mean, look at that action, dude. Oh, that is gnarly. That is gnarly. What stood out to me on this one was you have that DLC pivot. I don't know why. That's just so cool to me that he did that. Just a little pop. And then you have the hand satin, you know. So if I wanted to, I could play around with these a little bit. You know, throw the Mars Valley on, throw the belt satin on, kind of pimp it out a little bit, or just leave them alone. I don't know. I like both, you know, just the way they are. So I have skiffs in this Mini Sweeney right here. And, oh, man, just such a good knife. I mean, look at that. Look at that action, dude. And then, I mean, basically the same. Not even broken in yet. Just beautiful. Oh, look at that. Number 3 of 30. Does this one have that? No. Interesting. So are there more of this version or something? I thought they were all limited to 30. Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing that marking on this one when I took it apart. So that's kind of interesting that one has it and one doesn't. Now, I'm pretty sure I've done a disassembly video on this knife. Am I gonna put skiffs in here? Man, it's so silly to do it because the knife is literally out of the box. This thing is basically perfect. I mean, centering's dead on. Pretty much the same, I think. If anything, just like a hair over to the clip side, but I think that's just my brain. Oh my God, look at these dudes. Just a gorgeous knife. I love this thing so much. Man, that is so smooth over here. And this one's going to get there. And I like that little bit extra kick in the pants this one has. Sometimes when I flick this one, I go, ooh, it could have a little more detent. Is it, like, necessary? No. But I'm like, it could. And that's right, it could. It's perfect right here. So let's see, is there any pivot lash? That's sometimes a thing. Yeah, a little bit of movement. Enough to make me go, oh, I'm going to throw skiffs in it, Kev. I just want to put skiffs in it. Let's do it. Let's do it, baby. So if you have one of these, this is how you take it apart. Let's pull up Berg's Instagram. I'm sure we can see the version. Oh, we can because I had a picture where I was telling him which one I liked. So you have the Mars Valley. Like I said, you have this one, but with black bolster and blade, right? Then you have one that matches the original Sweeney full size, right? Shred with belt satin. That's a nice one. You have what looks like a gray or blue denim with all working finish. That's gorgeous. And then you have a Arctic with what looks to be a stonewash, I think. And then you have the Pimp Daddy, as I like to call it. So let's see how she comes apart. Usually it's this side that just kind of, yep. I may or may not have done this before. And then you take this side out. I always forget that part. Why is that, Kev? Because I'll show you. Because might have been cool to have black screws on those. I don't know. Because this screw right here needs to come out, which is a T6. It's a long screw that goes through there. And then now it allows you to take it apart. You have to work, that pin just has to come up is all. And I need to be careful there. There we go. You'll see that pin there is what's kind of holding things together. 3 of 30. A little milling in there. Beautiful knife, man. Beautiful design from Matt. Let me just gotta get this guy off of here. There we go. Get these out. These are your 5mm 1/16 bearings, standard affair. I kind of want to punch this out so I can get that. I just need to remember it goes in the side right here. So you can see this is actually standing off a little bit. And it's weird. That's how they do it sometimes. And then like it doesn't center right unless you have it that way. It can be a whole thing. So you just need to make sure you're careful and you don't over tighten it. Don't try to tighten that down. It's probably going to mess up your action. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. It's not moving, so I'm pretty sure that's where they kind of Loctited it. Or glued it to get it to center up and everything. Come on, there we go. Pops in. I'm going to take KPL and KPL Heavy. If you guys want to pick some up, you can use my code LeftyEDC over at knifepivotlube.com. I believe Skiff Workshop also sells knife pivot lube now, so if you want to just get it there, you can do that too. All right. Got that. Clean these washers up. Probably going to put them in backwards to get the Skiffs their chance there. Oh, God, Kev. Did I lose one? Oh, there it is. Wow. Does this one have a chip in it? Yeah, it's got a little nick right there. See it? Shouldn't matter, but just saying. All right. Why do I have all these bits and shit out? I don't know what's going on here. Just need a T8 and a T6, right? All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a little alcohol in a cloth. We're gonna just wipe down the lock bar, or the lock up there. And we're gonna wipe down the blade in the same kind of areas. And I'm gonna take a little Q-tip. You can see a detent path is already really, hey. I guess that was pretty clean. It went right through. All right. So that's all good. So let me grab these. Put these in. Let's see. This side has some markings. This side does not. So I'm going to put it on that side. Same thing here. This side has, see how it has that ring there from the track? This side is cleaner, but still has something there. All right. Let me make sure I cleaned this guy out. Check the stop pin, looks centered. All right. Now we get our skiffs. As stated earlier, you're going to want to use 5mm 1/16, which is basically the go-to size. You can pick this stuff up at skiffworkshop.com. Use my code LeftyEDC. You'll get 10% off your order. And yeah, they also have the finger bit and some other stuff if you want to check it out. So I just put a little lube on my finger here. If you guys watch enough of these disassemblies, you know the deal. That way I don't get KPL running all over the place. Although lately I've been thinking maybe I should use a little more than I do. So put a little extra in there. There we go. So we got that on, and we want to make sure, yep, this actually works out. I like it when I assemble it from this side. I like a good hand satin. It's probably my second favorite to belt satin. It's honestly easier for me to clean. I just wipe it like that. Where with the belt satin, that doesn't necessarily clean it because the grind lines are vertical, you know. We're going to take a little bit of heavy on the detent track here. Just dab it along like that. And before I forget, I'm going to take the pivot screw and a T8. And I'm going to twist it to clean it. And I'm going to hope that I don't mar up the tooling too much. But I probably am. That still looks pretty good. Clean that. And then I do want to clean the... what do I want? Where are they? Hold on one second. I want to clean the pivot as well, and I have a tool for that. Here we go. So I got these. So these ones are little tiny microfiber Q-tips. These are like lipstick applicators, and it took me a while to figure out a good purpose for them because they're not as absorbent, I think, as a Q-tip or whatever, but they're basically perfect for pivots because, watch this, you can literally tighten them into the pivot. So you just screw it in, and then you can't yank it out. You have to literally unscrew it out of the pivot. So it goes into all those threads and cleans everything out. It's really nice. All right, so we got that. We got all these on. Got that. Let me make sure this guy's tight. I'm sure it is. Yep. All right. Line that up. Line that up. And then I'm going to squeeze and flip because, why? Because we have that screw down here we got to deal with. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm not Loctiting or gluing or anything yet. Just going to dial this guy in so we can not have to sit here and worry about it popping apart on us. So just tightening it a little bit, drop that down. Backspacer looks good. This will lock it in place. T6. Riot with the T6s underneath. That's like their thing. They will only use them under there. I don't know why. Underwear, Kev. Okay. We are back to where we were centering wise. Almost perfect. And we're tight. So that's good. It might walk back a little bit as we go. Oh, dude. This is like the one knife where it literally does get better. A lot of knives is just like, yeah, it's the same. But man, no side to side. No up and down. Yeah, we got none of that pivot lash now. It wasn't bad, but it was a little bit. It was enough to make me do it. I had to say that, but man, that's beautiful, isn't it? What a beautiful freaking knife, dude. This design has to be one of my just top favorite designs. He just crushed it on this. So, unscrew it. Tighten it down to tight. No play. I mean, look at that. I mean, look at it. So, I'm going to glue it because seems it's that easy. Now, of course, I'll have some complication now, but by the way, this knife drops on the 15th along with a lot of stuff. So you're going to have your choice of stuff that day. What a just beautiful knife. Yeah, I mean, centering is, god damn, that's close, right? I mean, look at that. It's just off, but watch this. Same exact thing. I mean, like, they're fucking identical. So somebody thinks that's centered, right? At Riyadh or Matt or where. And I think it is. If you look at it from this angle, it is. It's, for me, it's good. There's, you know, could I sit there and nitpick the shit out of that? Yes, I could. But I'm trying to be a better person. And that's not enough for me to, like, you know, actually worry about it. Just, you know, the OCD kind of shit. But I mean, dude, look at these. Just such a gorgeous, I don't know what it is for me about this knife, but it's just by far one of my favorites. And I'm so stoked to have two. It's such a good size too, guys. Like, you get this thing in hand with a large glove size hand, it's just perfect. Like, choke it up to here. You're right up on that cutting edge, so you're riding every material right into that blade, not into a choil or anything. So you get that perfect cut. You get good blade stock, but a good enough flat grind that it comes down to a thin edge. It's slicey as all hell, sharp as all hell. The ergos are just, man, it just melts into my hand. It's the perfect size so that I'm not like, it's just not oversized at all. Where the Sweeney was amazing, I loved it so much. It was just a little bit bigger than I personally like to carry and use. So I loved it, and I wanted to, you know, carry it and all that stuff because of how good it was. But for me, the perfect world was a smaller one. And as soon as that came out, I was like, oh my God. Because for a large glove size hand, I think this is just perfect. It just is. But I know some people with large to XL, 2XL who are going to love that full size. And I'm sure he's going to come back with that again. It's probably slowly becoming one of his most popular models, I would hope. So there it is, guys. That is the Berg Blades Sweeney number 2 for me, Mini Sweeney, sorry. And they're dropping on the 15th, which will be right around the time of this video. And just wonderful. Give Matt a ton of credit. I'll probably be giving away the patches as I go. I think I have a bunch of these now. This is such a cool patch too. It's simple, but it's awesome. I have like a whole shit ton of his shirts, which by the way, size up because they do shrink. I bought 3 of his shirts. I washed them once and they're like riding up my back already. I hate when that happens. There's no way to know. But like I even bought 2XL and it's just what happens with those like tri-blend type shirts. So just size up if you get any of that kind of stuff. But anyway, beautiful knife. Thank you to Matt. Appreciate you, dude. Pick one up on the drop. Obviously, I highly recommend it. I've bought 2 of them. I paid for these. Not much else to say. I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll catch you later. Peace.